Get ready for a post-apocalyptic David versus Goliath tale. Sometimes heroes come from the most unlikely places. Hi everybody, and a warm welcome back to MapleLeafCustoms in Switzerland. I'm Andrew, and on the bench today is this Matchbox Humvee right out of my boneyard bin. Missing the wheels, got some flea bites on the paint here and there, so someone's had a go at this before me. But it's going to be one of the main pieces in this video, which is Winter in the Wastelands 5 Alien Invasion. From the creative mind of Jim Silva, this is the 5th year in a row that he's put out an invitational for us, and the 5th time I've participated. The idea is to customize some castings that would be of defensive nature against an alien invasion. It's post-apocalyptic, being set in the wasteland. Lots of scope for imagination and narrative. There might be a diorama involved too. It got some new wheels, so now it's mobile. Here's some winter camouflage to make it hard to spot. I didn't even strip the paint off this one or prime it because it was already an off-white, and I liked the little bit of paint chipping that was on there, which gives it a well-worn look. Uh-oh, don't look up. I've got an assortment of 3D printed parts, including some radars. 2 different styles. I didn't have to print anything new for this. These all came out of my supply of previously done parts. That might look good on the roof of the Humvee. And a rocket launcher for the back. Look at this fat man. Or is that a little boy? Either way, it's something that was left over or dug up from a long ago conflict. Coming soon to MapleLeaf Customs is the next 4 horseman build for January. It's a shop truck theme. I've got a 3D printed war elephant for something completely different. Porsche season is soon here, and I'll be revisiting my Fury Road war rig with some updates and improvements. Objects in the mirror may be larger than they appear. This styrofoam disc is going to serve as the base for my Winter in the Wasteland diorama. I'll just use some wall spackling to look like some drifted snow on the top and the sides. Goes on in a light gray, but as you know, it dries white, which is just the effect that I want. The Wasteland era began generations ago, a result of complete environmental negligence and global nuclear war, which combined to decimate most of what was once recognized as idyllic urban and rural life. Interplanetary travel became necessary, but not by humans, who still lacked the technology to do so. Aliens were traversing the galaxy, stopping at every planet that could feed their needs, harvesting what they could, destroying the remains, and moving on. Planet Earth, of course, was in the rotation. Several flybys were done without serious interest in the seemingly unintelligent planet, but one particularly cold winter, the mothership stopped and dispatched hundreds of rovers as reconnaissance ships. Ultimately, as nothing was deemed salvageable from the blue planet, it became target practice. Due to self-inflicted radiation poisoning, mankind had been living subterraneously for some time, with only the fiercest marauders above ground wreaking their own brand of lawless havoc. They were nearly entirely eviscerated by the aliens' advanced weaponry, something unknown to man up to that point. This immediate threat necessitated the hurried updating of what was left of their entire military fleet. We interrupt this alien invasion bulletin to bring you a community shout-out for the YouTube channel wojteklabuc, which you can find by following the link that I've left in the description of this video. Tell them Maple Leaf Customs sent you. It was soon determined that the aliens were attacking from a nearly out-of-sight altitude solely with sound waves, using an accelerated transverse amplitude frequency so high as to only be heard by dolphins and your mother-in-law in the next room, yet able to shatter anything within 100 square miles. The Secretary of War was, to put it mildly, a bit of an idiot. He ordered the military, or what was left of it, to send out droids. They weren't very advanced, at least by alien standards, and certainly not powerful, being made out of old Roombas, and soon they, like everything else above ground, living and inanimate, were reduced to carbon smudges. After months of total devastation, mankind's brightest minds developed these defense bubbles, composed, in layman's terms, of a monocoque structure of atomized polycarbonate subatomic particles formed with millimetric precision into a reinforced polymer dome of supercondensed sodium silicitite benzophenone molecules, or what is scientifically called nanobubble gluteus triglyceride, street name Kardashian butt. Accessed by hydraulic lifts inside the extensive underground tunnel network, they insulated everything inside of them from external sound waves with 100% effectiveness, while allowing the largest caliber military-grade ammunition to fire from within, piercing its walls while not breaking it, as long as the aliens don't descend and poke it with a needle from the outside. However, it was soon determined that even while insulated, the heaviest military artillery was impotent against the alien defense shields. Winter raged on. It continued to snow. No one could remember such sub-zero temperatures. Ultimately, when nearly all hope of survival was gone, a hero arose, an unlikely savior. Named Beavis, after his great-grandfather, he wore tinfoil hats and propagated most every known conspiracy theory. He lived underground in his mother's basement, whittling away his lonely existence by downloading bootleg 70s rock albums from the dark web. It was he, as history would record, who discovered almost by accident that the best defense was returning fire using supercharged hypersonic accelerated sound waves, sort of fighting fire with fire. Quite amazing that no one else had thought of this before. Given immediate carte blanche by the government, he modified his dream mobile DJ unit, set up in one of the bubbles, and tested out his cone-mounted speaker. This showed some promise, but lacked the oomph that he knew he could provide. Back to Mom's basement to collect more equipment. Regular speakers had volume knobs with a maximum setting of 10. His went to 11. Pointing them skyward, he just started blasting out tunes. It was soon very apparent that Neil Diamond songs were the most destructive. In the end, although not destroying the alien ships, it did force them to move along to other Neil Diamondless planets. Mankind was spared, People returned to living above ground. The Secretary of War was never heard from again. Beavis was granted his only demand, a lifetime supply of Big Gulps and Skittles. Neil Diamond was posthumously elevated to God-level status, and his songs continue their outward expansion across the galaxy, Sweet Caroline reaching even the furthest nebula. Thanks for staying to the end of this alien invasion narration and glimpse into the future. And thanks to Jim Silva for the fun idea. Come on back soon, and often. It's coffee time.